Good morning or afternoon, 7th grade honors students and 8th graders. Today is going to be super simple. We're going to learn to solve 1- and 2-step equations. So get ready. Make sure you have scratch paper. A really good thing for you to do is to see me set up the problem, write the problem, then you attempt to work it out and see if you get the same answer. A lot of you are not listening to me. You're not taking this step, and then you're coming to me at the end of the lesson when it's time to get on the quizzes and you want me to help you with every single problem. I'm not doing that anymore. You've got to start trying to do this on your own. So watch me work an example or two. Then you need to start pausing it and trying to do it on your own. If you're getting it wrong, then you and I need to do a little mini lesson session on the side, okay? Or if you're virtual, let me know. I can Google Meets with you or whatever I need to do to help you, okay? So real important for you to make sure that you are attempting to do these on your own, okay, before you start the quizzes. Then another really good thing for you to do is to do the self-check quiz, all right? The self-check quiz that comes with your textbook with Chapter 6, Lesson 1. You can get it through ClassLink in your textbook. Okay, so the really good thing about solving 1- and 2-step equations is that it's pretty simple. You follow the golden rule in algebra. That golden rule is what you do to one side, you got to do to the left side or the right side or the other side. So what you do to this side, we have to do to the other side, because this equal sign right here is like a balance, like a scale, like that you see in science, where you have this side and, let me get in the camera, this side, and there's a balance in the middle. We want them to be like this, not like this, or like this. We want the scales to be even. So this is what this equal sign says. We have to keep this even. Right now it's even, but it's not even. We need to figure out what G is. So the ultimate goal is, number one, we have to get G by itself. So this is how I'm gonna break it down super small step for you, okay? My brain does this. All right, so I see this. I have 3G plus 5 equals 17. You may want to write this down and try to do this with me. So I see that 3G right there, that means 3 times G. That 3 is connected to G. I'm not going to mess with that yet until I get rid of this 5 over here, okay? Now, I'm looking at this, and this is plus 5. I've got to get it by itself, and the only way to get it to equal 0, because anything, if it was plus 1 is going to outweigh the scale. It's going to mess the scale up. I needed this to get rid of it. I need it to be 0, okay? And the only way to get it to be 0 is to be minus 5, okay? So minus 5. So 5 minus 5, if you put it in your calculator, that's 0. Okay, now, what I do to the left side of this equal sign, I have to come over here and I have to do it on the right side. So I took 5 away over here. So I have to take 5 away over here, and 17 minus 5 is 12. Okay, so 3G equals 12. Now look. Another thing I want to say too is a lot of you 8th graders, and especially the 7th grade honors students, they're the worst about this, is you think just because you have a calculator you don't have to use scratch paper anymore. Wrong. We need to still be using scratch paper. You can use a calculator to plug in the numbers and get answers, but you still need to be writing things down, especially when it turns into multi-step. All right, so here we have 3 times G. Now, I don't want to make this 0, because anything times 0 is 0. I just want to get G by itself. So I need it to be 1 times G, because 1 times anything is itself. So 1 times G would equal G, okay? So now I've got to get G by itself. All right, so the only way to get G by itself, so I'm multiplying 3 times G. The only way to get it by itself is to do the opposite. Undo that multiplication. And the way to undo that multiplication is to divide by 3. So I'm going to divide by 3 here. Now, 3 divided by 3 equals 1. And we just said 1 times G was going to be G. Now, I'm dividing the left side of the equal sign by 3. I've got to divide the right side by 3. And 12 divided by 3 is 4. So G equals 4. Now, a really good thing you should do, especially when it comes to tests, is to plug that 4 in and see if these equal. See if this will give you 17, okay? So real quick, 3 times 4 plus 5 should equal 17 if we did it correctly. 3 times 4 is 12. 12 plus 5 is equal to 17, and 12 plus 5 is 17. So 17 equals 17. So this works, okay? So it didn't take me long, and I didn't even have a calculator. So you have calculator. So I would definitely take the time to check my answers, okay? Because things are for a grade. And this is second semester. It's not getting easier. I'm going to start taking things away from you guys, like allowing you to correct things so many times. All this is fixing to be taken away. So you need to make sure that you're listening and taking my advice, okay? Okay, so I really want you to write this equation down, and I really want you to attempt to solve it before you watch me do it. And I know it looks crazy, like what in the tarnation we got? Let me make it where that glare's not on there. I don't know if I can do it. Maybe that's better. Okay, with the tarnation, we got a little fraction thrown in here. Don't think of it as a fraction. Think of it as a division problem. And the opposite of division is what? Multiplication. So think of it like that. Don't think of like, oh my gosh, that's so scary. All right. So we have 6 plus n divided by 5 equals -4. Write that down and attempt to do it. Pause the video. And we're back. Okay. So I'm not going to mess with this just yet until I get rid of the 6. So I always want to get rid of everything except for the variable first. That's just my thing. So right now it's plus 6, so I'm going to minus 6 to get rid of it to make it 0. I don't want this to be 1 because that won't be even. So if I'm going to take 6 away from here, I'm going to take 6 away from here, okay? So -4 minus 6. That's, I don't have a calculator with me. Y'all can plug that in. Minus 6 is -10, okay? Because -4 plus -6 is -10. Keep the signs and add. All right, so now I got to get rid of this 5. And right now I'm dividing. And so the opposite of dividing is multiplying. So if I want to get rid of this 5, I have to multiply it by 5 over 1. Okay, so when I do that, that gets rid of it. Cross multiplying, that gets rid of it. So now it's just n. But if I multiply this side by 5, I have to come over here and multiply this side by 5. Or you can just put the number 5. You don't have to put 5 over 1. That's just me. So I have -10 times +5, which is going to be -50. Okay? If you're not getting these right, please, 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 please raise your hand. I need to come help you. Also, make sure that you plug these into check. So if we had 6 plus -50 divided by +5, is that going to give me -4? Let's see. All right, so first I'm going to get rid of this. -50 divided by 5 would be -10 equals -4. And 6 plus -10 is -4. So, yeah, we did it right. So that way I know I did it right. Okay? And I know that I am just praying that you guys are going to check it. I would hope that you would check it, especially if you have a calculator. Just plug it in. All right? Okay, so we have something kind of crazy again. Again, I want you to pause, attempt to do the problem, plug in whatever you get for your variable, check to see if it's right. If it's right, you've done good. If it's wrong, probably need to work on it. All right, so what we have here, if you can see, because there's a glare, there's really nothing I can do about it. I have 9 plus x divided by 12 is going to be equal to -3, okay? So I want to get rid of this 12 right here. And what is this 12 doing? 9 plus x divided by 12. It's multiplying. I mean, it's dividing. So I have to do the opposite by multiplying. So I'm going to come up here and multiply this by 12. And that gets rid of it. So now I just have 9 plus x is equal to, and I've got to multiply this side by 12. And -3, and you can put it over 1 or you don't have to. Okay, but I just want you to understand that that cross reduces. Okay, cross simplifies, I mean. All right, so -3 times +12, if you put in your calculators, -36. All right, this is our last example. Okay, so now I have 9 plus x equals -36. I've got to get rid of this 9, and I'm adding it, so I'm going to subtract it. And then I'm going to come over here and subtract by -9. So that is going to be, should be negative 45. Okay, negative 45. But I'm going to check it real quick, okay? Because it doesn't take very long. So I'm going to have 9 plus negative 45 over 12 is negative 3. Okay, so I'm going to multiply by 12 here. Get rid of that. I'm going to multiply by 12 here. And now I have 9 plus negative 45 equals negative 3. I've done something wrong. Oh, I know what I did. Hold on. I'm checking it wrong. I'm losing my mind. Okay, so hold on. 9 plus negative 45 divided by 12 equals negative 3. Okay, so what we're going to do is 9 plus negative 45, which is going to be 36. Negative 36 divided by 12 equals negative 3. Negative 36 divided by 12 is negative 3. Negative 3 equals negative 3. Okay? Sorry, guys, about that. All right, now, on your quizzes, if you still don't feel comfortable, don't wait till you get to problem on quizzes. Go to the self-check in the textbook. It does not take that long. It's a self-check quiz. And it will tell you, okay, you're getting these right. Oh, you're getting these wrong. You know, maybe you need to watch a video. Maybe you need to come see me, okay?